What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. First, let me apologize for my voice. I've been fighting a cold the last few days. I know I sound a little bit like Tone Loc, but I'm getting better and better as the days progress. But we still gonna give you some of this good old sports news. We recapping the NBA trade deadline that ended on Thursday. They had plenty of high-profile names in the rumor mill that could possibly been moved, but only a few did. Let's start with the biggest one. Clippers traded James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Clippers received Darius Garland and a future second-round draft pick. Let's move to the big city of Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies, you know the talk was Ja Morant. Will they move him? There's been a lot of talk that a lot of teams really don't want to mess with the young fella. Well, the Grizzlies made another move anyway. They traded Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Utah Jazz. Grizzlies receiving return Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and Horgues Niang. Now the Chicago Bulls, the Windy City, they traded Nikola Vucevic to the Boston Celtics for a second-round draft pick in 2027. The Bulls received Anthony Simons and a 2026 second-round draft pick. Chris Paul, you know how that ended with the Clippers. He was actually sent home from a game in Atlanta, and that just was a big mess. He ended up being told not to come back to the team. Basically, they waived him. Well, they traded him to the Toronto Raptors in a 3-team deal that included the Brooklyn Nets, again, the Toronto Raptors, and the Los Angeles Clippers. Lonzo Ball, he's had quite a few injuries over his young career. I forgot he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs traded him to the Utah Jazz, which involved 3 teams as well. That was the Hawks, the Jazz, and the Cavs. The 76ers, they traded Jared McCain to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 76ers received in return 2026 first-round draft pick and 3 future second-round draft picks. Now, let's talk about Anthony Street Clothes Davis. That's right, the Mavericks, after that that trade that rocked and shocked the sports world this time last year by former GM Nico Harrison, where the Mavericks were finally able to trade the big man to the Washington Wizards. The Mavs received forward Chris Middleton, guard A.J. Johnson, guard Malachi Branham, forward Marvin Bagley III, a 2026 first-round pick in 2030, a first-round pick that first-round pick in 2030. They also received a 2026 first-round pick. Then they also received second-round picks in 2026, 2027, and 2029. The Wizards get forward again Anthony Davis, guard Jaden Hardy, guard D'Angelo Russell, and guard Dante Exum. So those were some of the big names. Well, some of the names that move, 2 of the biggest ones, actually the biggest one was Giannis Antetokounmpo. There was talks that he was going to be moved, possibly the Warriors. Well, the Warriors ended up trading Jonathan Kuminga, and I forgot who else to the other team. That was another trade that I forgot to write down. So that fell through with Giannis Antetokounmpo being traded. So it looks like most likely he's going to be possibly moved over the summer. We don't know, but we do know that it looks like he won't finish his career in the mill in the 414, which, by the way, is my hometown. Oh, my bad. Here it is. This is the trade the Warriors did. They traded Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for veteran center Kristaps Porzingis. So that was the other trade that went down. That actually happened on Wednesday. So again, that is a recap of the NBA trade deadline for 2026. Again, no big one like the Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis trade last year, but here we are. Where are we standing in these standings right now? As far as the East, the Pistons got the 1 seed. They 37-13. The Knicks are right behind them at 2 at 33-18. The Celtics at the 3 spot, 33-18. The Cavs at 4th spot, 31-21. The Raptors the 5th spot at 31-22. Sixers at the 6th spot at 29-22. The Magic at the 7th spot, 26-24. The Heat in the 8th spot at 27-25. As far as the West, the Thunder with the best record in the league at the 1 seed right now, 40-12. Spurs right behind them, 35-16 with the 2 seed. The Nuggets at the 3 seed at 33-19. The Rockets in the 4th seed at 31-19. The Lakers in the 5th seed at 31-19. The T-Wolves in the 6th seed at 32-20. And the Suns in the 7th seed at 31-21. And the 8th seed is the Warriors at 28-24. Again, this is right at the All-Star break. We got the All-Star festivities going on next weekend, which happens to be Valentine's Day weekend. It's Valentine's Day, weekend. So it is time to ramp up the NBA coverage. So I'd like to know you guys' thoughts on NBA trade deadline 2026. Who is your favorite to come out of the East and the West? I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.